Your Excellency, the Executive Secretary of ESCAP, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I thank the Executive Secretary for the kind invitation to address this body. It brings back memories. The last time I had the privilege to participate in the important work of this group was in 2019. That was in my capacity as Under Secretary General and Head of OHR LLS. So it has special meaning to me to share my thoughts on the theme of the 78th session. First, on behalf of the Tongan people and His Majesty's government, I convey our deep gratitude for the helping hand that you and member countries and agencies extended to us immediately after the Hunga Tonga Hunga volcanic explosion and ensuing tsunami. Your solidarity, your prayers have been warmly welcomed, and for that we are grateful. Your Excellencies, as you are aware, the Kingdom of Tonga encountered a perfect storm of crises, namely the volcanic eruption, the tsunami devastation, the breakdown of internet and communications connectivity, and the community outbreak of COVID-19 since February this year. These crises piled up on top of years of onset of events associated with climate change, including degradation of terrestrial and marine ecosystems, sea level rise, heavy precipitation events, tropical cyclones, and storm surges. The volcanic eruption associated crisis alone left damages, costing us close to 18% of our GDP, and this just accounts for infrastructure damages. So many of our SIDS have lived far too long already through natural disasters, and they have built up local knowledge on how to endure these events. A key challenge to many of our communities is the increasing frequency and intensity of such weather pattern-associated disasters. It places ever-increasing pressure on the ability of our nations to recover and achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. Excellencies, in just 2021, the Kingdom of Tonga recorded 5 active tropical cyclones in its national jurisdiction. 2 of them made landfall, and this within just a span of a month. And this appears now to be the new norm for our cyclone season. It may also be recalled that the review of the implementation of the Samoa Pathway calls for strengthening of national institutional capacities. This is seen as a must to access sustainable development finance to ensure effective and context-tailored finance solutions. There is a big challenge though, so how can we shift the dialogue with international finance institutions and our development partners for an overarching urgent goal? How to make available adequate funding to assist SIDS to recover from the ever more violent and increasing multiplicity of natural disasters. At present, the financial accountability structures put in place to manage our partnerships during the relief and recovery phase can only manage one emergency relief and recovery effort at a time. These structures and processes need urgent adjusting to effectively respond to the increasing frequency of natural disasters. Right now, all we can do is to play catch up with Mother Nature. Allow me to turn to another urgent matter. Excellencies, the Kingdom of Tonga is a beneficiary of the Labour Mobility Scheme that allows our people to access to employment with decent income in overseas countries. Like all, we face the severe impacts of the COVID global pandemic, and we especially face the immediate impacts of COVID-19 on our migrant workers. The current shift in the focus of the labour mobility schemes has now opened the pathway for skilled and semi-skilled employment over a contract duration of 3 to 4 years for our people. Whilst the economic opportunity is attractive, there is no doubt that it also places an undue burden on our social and economic structures. It is well known that SIDS, with their small demographic bases, have a limited pool of skilled human resources. We must be better negotiators to ensure that our economies do not suffer from a lack of human resources as a result of the push from the overseas labour markets for our people. As I conclude my few remarks, allow me to share the profound wisdom of the renowned Pacific Island academic and ocean champion, our late Professor Ebeli, how often I quote, "Oceania is vast, Oceania is expanding, Oceania is hospitable and generous. Oceania is humanity rising from the depth of brine and regions of fire deeper still. Oceania is us, we are the sea, we are the ocean." End of quote. Excellency, let us never forget we are resilient. Our identity is shaped by our being one with our land and seas. Our character beckons us to face challenges and survive. Your Excellencies, I thank you and wish you all a productive 78th session.